Agents.
Welcome to UFO Headline News with me, Heidi Hollis, where every day I aim to bring you the latest in UFO reports and other fascinating stories from around the globe. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2018. And on Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, join me for my talk show, The Outlander, where I answer your emails, take your calls, and interview some intriguing guests. Just go to HeidiHollis.com for more information. And blasting off with UFO reports. How did you like that? Pause for dramatic build, right? All right, this first UFO sighting, this happened in Wichita, Kansas. This occurred November 17th, 2017. Red like a bike reflector, no glow, about the size of a half of a dime. Smoking, flashing light of small plane going east. I saw red object, did not know what it was. Was moving south to the north. Speed was half of a small plane speed. Both were at same height. About the ground, was thinking people in the plane should be able to see it too. Light kept moving, north, making 3V movement shapes turn away. To relight my smoke, could not find it after that. P.S. Could you tell me what it was? Oh, look at that. Somebody turns away just to light their cigarette and it's gone. It's like it's a special thing. Don't ever take your eyes off of it because these things just don't seem to stick around for another glance. All right. Next UFO sighting, this occurred in Hamilton Township, New Jersey, December 29th, 2017. Flat flying trapezoid object with markings resembling a bird. Retired law enforcement reporting. I have been witness to many UAP events on or about December 29th, 2017 at 16:15 hours. I was sitting outside on my porch when my peripheral vision observed an object up and to the right of me. I looked up towards the sky in the northeast quadrant at an elevation of approximately 45 degrees and saw a trapezoid object traveling from the north towards the south at approximately 20 miles per hour. The sky was partly cloudy and the visibility was unlimited. It was a solid, flat object that had no lights, appendages, or other prevalent features. It was a clearly defined trapezoid with a similar shape that of a baseball home plate. Wow, that's wild. With a small angle toward the front. What took me by surprise was that it had the coloration of a bird of prey, similar to that of a hawk, in that the shades of color were black, brown, and gray. Hold on. I've had one other report I've read like that. This must be the latest brand, guys, because they're getting crafty. The object was entirely colored with streaks of varying shades of black, gray, and brown in a natural appearing pattern. The UAP moved only in a straight, flat direction, where it changed directions to the left and right with yaw. I don't know what that means. There was no other directional movement. It slightly moved left to right with subtle course change and remained on a level path. It disappeared over the house and I lost sight of it. It was flying against the prevailing wind pattern, which was from the south that day, as I recall. It was not anything I had ever seen before or am familiar with. Either it was a DARPA project or a UAP from who knows where. Oh, wow. Interesting. I'm hearing more of this type of craft. It's like a stealth technology almost, doesn't it sound like? I don't know. Interesting. The next UFO sighting occurred in San Antonio, Texas on February 3rd, 2018. In brief, they state, I saw a red, star-ish light very high up in the sky, turned light green, then red again, descended a short distance, stopped, then descended quickly until it disappeared below the rooftop across the street. I went out to lock up my driveway gate and saw a red starish-like spot in the sky at 45 degrees approximately. It was stationary. I thought it was a police helicopter. We see them a lot around here. It turned light green and then red again. I still thought it might be a SAPD helicopter. San Antonio. But then it moved northerly to the sky abruptly, a short distance, and stopped. It was too fast to be a helicopter, jet, or satellite, then still red. It continued north and just seemed to drop out of the sky quickly. It was too high up and far away to be heard. It disappeared in the horizon behind my neighbor's house across the street. The sky was exceptionally clear at the time. I never took my eyes off it. It descended faster than anything I have ever seen. They were smart. Don't take your eyes off of it because it'll go fast. All right. Next, UFO sighting in California, a UFO blast from the past, everybody. April 26, 2007, shadow-like appeared on my front door by C, watching History Channel, Cone, to learn. It's a gray alien. Come to learn? Okay. I'm just sounding this out. I don't edit these people's reports. That's all I'm going to say. Cleaning house with company in my house. Normal day. I was in the living room as my company was on the couch waiting for his mom. I noticed a buzzing beeping. Felt like I was being instructed to turn and look at him. So I did. And I seen a shadow of an alien on my front door. Wow. I quickly asked my company, Brennan, to come to my side. I said, "Do you see what I see?" He said, "Yes." I said, "So I'm not tripping, so I'm not crazy. You see what I see," he replied. "Yes." I said, "Okay, we're going to continue what we are doing, and before long, he will be gone, Brennan." Said, "Okay." So we did. 8 to 15 minutes later, I forgot and immediately remembered, oh yeah, the alien. So I looked over to the door for a second time. He was not there. But my intuition and intelligence said, he's still there. But I could not see him. Guessing from that, they must be also invisible. If true, you know I'm telling the truth. Wow. Fascinating. That's, I hear these things where people feel like impulsed or directed to go drive into the woods and wait for something. Look over here, participate in these things that are going on. And it's like, well, what is this about? There's a connection. And we feel hunted, apparently, and we know and are on alert to pay attention or observed. The next UFO sighting comes to us from, oh boy, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. This occurred February 3rd, 2018. Clear sky appeared in middle of sky, moved west-east through binoculars. 3 orange lights in triangle white, 1 in middle. Wow. I was watching the sky from my living room window, faces west, with all the lights looking for meteors, maybe some aurora. Okay, they were looking for, okay. The sun was below the horizon, but there was some twilight. I noticed a couple of stars and a plane or two from the airport at the northwest of the city when from the west-southwest direction from my position at about 50% of light appeared like a light turning on. It looked like another star, but it was moving towards the east. I had my binoculars beside me and looked at the light. I could see what looked like a small triangle with 3 lights at the corners and a light in the middle. No flashing lights or regular plane lights. The object moved at a steady speed. But seemed slower than a passenger plane. See them every day I face the city airport. Shortly after it passed over my building, a helicopter left the airport and flew over my building towards the direction of the object I'd seen. Couldn't take picture because my phone's camera is too crappy. Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm trying to read this as smooth as I can, but it's a piece of work to have to piece it together. All right. A UFO blast from the past, everybody. Glasgow, Scotland. October 30th, 1980. 4 smaller lights revolving around bigger light. Lights disappeared inside the main larger light. 2 hours later, metallic saucer shape observed at around 8,000 feet high. Whew. My friend and I were delivering Sunday papers one morning in late October in 1980. At approximately 7:15 that morning, we observed one large light stationary in the clear sky with 4 smaller lights rotating around the main light. One by one, these smaller lights disappeared into or behind the main light until the main light remained. We had papers to deliver, so we continued on our route, nervous and disturbed by what we had witnessed. At 9 a.m., as my friend and I finished our paper route, we looked upwards and observed a metal saucer-shaped object hovering at around 1,000 feet. The object remained stationary next to a cloud at around 1,000 feet and was without a doubt a hard metal saucer-shaped object. Disturbed and frightened, we returned home and reported sightings to parents. The very same week, saw a number of reports of strange lights in the sky, and believe was reported in local newspaper at the time. I wish to report this after 36 years, as I feel it was a fantastic experience and one I have never forgotten. This next one is an alien encounter in Radcliffe, Kentucky. This occurred January 11th, 2012. ETBE at window. On the roof, came in wall, took child. 4-foot grayish brown hair and 3 scales in head. That's all they put. I don't know what that means. I don't. All right, UFO sighting in Oklahoma, February 6, 2018. Watching the Falcon Heavy deploy Starman. An object passed over the top during deployment. Ooh, watching live feed of Starman being deployed from Falcon Heavy, observed seemingly spherical object pass over at about Starman's 10 o'clock position. Oh, that's pretty cool. You guys know what this is, right? What we're talking about, right? Elon Musk's Falcon Heavy deployment of the Starman hanging out in his Tesla. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. I guess we could all roll the tape back and have a look, right? Black triangle sighting in, Macclesfield, England. Okay, sure. February 9th, 2018, triangle UFO red lights. Okay. At 2020 today, whilst driving into Macclesfield town along a quiet B road, B5470, Herdsfield Road, I witnessed 3 very bright, pure red lights come into view that formed a perfect triangle, 1 light in each corner of triangle. The triangle was high in the sky, but would have covered a large area, possibly half a mile in diameter. The triangle then began to rotate in perfect formation clockwise. Then it remained static for around 1 minute. I immediately tried to pull over and get my camera, iPhone camera, to take a video or picture. Unfortunately, by the time I pulled over, I had to get out of the car and switched on the camera. I immediately saw one of the lights fly away and sideways to the left. Then it immediately changed direction again and returned to form the triangle. Then it just disappeared. The other 2 lights stayed stationary for about 1 further minute before both of them began to move away from each other. 1 light moved up whilst the other sideways. The light that moved up then eventually went out of sight and disappeared. The light that moved to the left sideways then remained perfectly stationary for around 5 to 6 minutes before it just vanished. I managed to get a short video of one of the 2 lights remained and some photos of when the light remained before they all completely disappeared. Wow. Fascinating. This next one is a UFO sighting in Houston, Grand Estate. That's the name. February 10th, 2018. Watching almost landing a UFO infield near the house. In more detail, I looked out the window and saw a low flying object. While I reached the camera, the UFO overcame about 500 meters at an altitude of about 30 meters and began to drop to a height of 10 meters. Oh. I will not describe what a UFO was in detail. In the face, it could disappear and become invisible, such as a portal or masking. 5 minutes later, I cycled to
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
I took a bit of a risk singing that song, but of course the one place I never take chances is the road, where Progressive Snapshot rewards your safe driving. A good driver plus Snapshot equals big discounts. And speaking of math, 1 + 1 = 2, little too late.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
Field where the last time I saw UFO. No traces of the paranormal activity on this day found, but after a while, then began to occur paranormal things always. I found a dozen different types of UFOs. That was the show. The end. Okay, we're all trying to imagine this in our heads now, right? I am seeking more in complete sentences too. I wish. This next UFO sighting, this occurred in Las Cruces, New Mexico. February 6, 2018, glowing green orb in sky moving at a medium pace, leaving behind temporary green mist that evaporated. I had gotten out of my anatomy and phys class an hour early, and it was already dark outside. I'm female. And although I live in a safe town, my girlfriend and I like to walk with each other to our cars every time after class. Her and I made our way through the college and out the doors. When we came to my parked car, I was first to witness it and immediately asked my friend from class, do you see that too? What is that? She replied, I don't know, but I don't want to stay around. Just get in your car. I stayed standing there mesmerized at the object and kept yelling at a distance to my friend, who was now walking away to her car. Huh? But what is that? Insert name. She replied one last time, Stop freaking me out. Aliens are my worst fear. What? Are you serious? Really? Like, my worst fear are spiders. I mean, something that I see, but to fear an invasion? I mean, to fear an invasion. That's pretty specific. Or they've been taken before. Who knows? But, wow, how many people turn a blind eye to something that could wake up their whole world? How many people do that? Raise your hand. I don't see anybody. Okay, anyways. So before I even mentioned the possibility of ETs, my friend, unprovoked, assumed the same, as we both had never seen anything to the likes of what we were watching. She walked out of my sight into the darkened dirt parking lot, and I stayed, staring at the object. Good girl. It was a glowing peridot, light forest mixture of green-colored orb, and it was slowly but steadily making its way south at a medium pace. I don't have very good far-sighted vision, so I couldn't see details. What I did see was what an airplane going to or from the El Paso airport in nearby Texas, and the airplane flew close by the glowing green orb like they didn't see it. I would say that it was approximately half a mile away from me in the sky. It was leaving behind a glowing green luminescence that would dissipate after 10-20 seconds. It was definitely round in shape and almost looked like it was made of green fire. I have never seen anything like it. I also got the immense feeling or knowing that I was seeing something man-made that wasn't from us. Huh? Okay. Seeing something man-made that wasn't from us? Okay. I also got a knowing that it was doing some sort of task or job. I should have gotten my phone out to take a photo, but it was far enough away that I'd just have shown up too small, nor did I imagine that I would be writing a report days later. After doing some research and not finding any aircrafts that fit the description or comets, asteroids that give off a green fire, I also thought that nobody would believe me. Hence why only my friend who saw it knows. I haven't told anyone else until now. The orb didn't make me feel uneasy, but it came off very playful, very ignited, a playful feeling inside of me. Okay. I only watched it for approximately 6 minutes before I decided that I should go home. When I got in my car and made a turn to get out of the parking lot and looked back through my windshield, I saw that the glowing green orb was nowhere to be found. Odd experience, but I hope to have more, as it was so interesting. Alrighty. This next UFO sighting occurred in Zeisenheim, Salzburg. This occurred February 10th, 2018. UFO from an airplane flying somewhere above Central Europe. I sat at the window. The pilot announced the weather overboard. Overboard? Okay. I looked at the views with the camera in my hand, suddenly noticed a large disc-shaped object. Comparing it to flying planes a kilometer away, the UFO is 3 times larger than the A320. Next to me sat an irritable passenger when I did a video recording. She began to reproach me that it was not a UFO, and in every way humiliate. Neither I nor the UFO liked her comments since the UFO disappeared. I love that. So polite how they wrote that too. Neither I or the UFO liked her comments. At the end of the video, the object began to slide out and hiding again inside the ship's shell, parts similar to jet nozzles or flaps. The object was a perfectly round, streamlined shape with a steel gray color reflecting the sun's rays. Unfortunately, at the time, I did not have a good camera to convey all the details. So I'm not going to try and pop over there then because it must be really fuzzy. But I'm sure that was a fascinating thing to see. All right, blasting off with some paranormal points of stories for you guys. Okay, this story, someone is sharing their experience called The Night I About Died. That's what it's, I About Died. That's what they called it. All right. This story happened to me when I was about 12 or 13. I live in a small town in central Illinois, and I'm a huge fan of paranormal. Me and a friend we will call Dave went to a haunted house. It was part of the old asylum in Pekin, Illinois. It might be somewhere else, but it was close to Pekin. Pekin or Penkin? They spelled it different. So before leaving for the haunted house, I was talking to this lady in her 40s about the asylum. She explained how her and her friend would always sneak in and smoke weed, drink, and just enjoy their teenage life. She also explained her paranormal experience. If I remember right, this is what she said. Quote, "Me and my friend was just smoking and passing the time, and we heard someone. Being stoned out of our minds, we also were panicking because we thought it was the cops. As we started to leave, we heard footsteps, and as they were coming towards us, we all dead-spirited out of there. I got separated from everyone else and couldn't find my way out. I heard my friend screaming, and out of nowhere, I heard the most demonic voice ever yell, 'Get out now!' Oh, that is demon. As soon as I heard that, I ran across and towards the screams of my friends and got out. Me, not believing in the paranormal, thought she was just too high or drunk and made it up. So, after the haunted house, me and Dave went back to the hotel. My parents went out for the night and wouldn't be back until late. So after I told Dave what happened, he thought she was lying too. So then we decided to go. It was hard to get in because of the haunted house that was across the asylum. When we got in, it was just a normal kind of abandoned asylum. Creepy, worn down, and abandoned. So we started to walk each floor and nothing happened. Now this is where it gets creepy. The only thing we had at the time was flashlights. We were getting ready to go up to the attic when we heard running. Like little kids running around playing tag. Me and Dave looked at each other, both confused, thinking, why are there little kids in this place, especially this late? Yes, I was about 12 or 13. You're bold. But I couldn't defend for myself. I couldn't defend myself, I think they mean. Then out of nowhere, the running stopped. Still confused, I yelled, "Is there anyone up there?" No answers, just little kids laughing and whispering. So I decided to go up. Dave stayed back because he was scared crapless at this point. As I got up there, I saw a lady staring out the window. Confused, I asked, "Miss, was that your kids playing up here?" Like I said, I didn't believe in the paranormal at this time, and she said nothing. All she did was turn around and look at me. What made it creepy was I could see her eyes were black. Oh, heck no. Then she disappeared into thin air. Creepy out. Creepy out? Creeping out. I went down to Dave. When I told Dave what happened, we both decided to leave. As we were leaving, I heard someone running towards us. It wasn't kids' footsteps. No. This was a grown man charging at us. We both sprinted out of there. I took a wrong turn and ended up in the basement. Come on now. Come on now. You're both running together. Who hooks a right and goes... That's like only in the movies. That's just not right. I started to yell for Dave. No answers. I kept yelling for Dave, but still no answer. I mean, how far did you run before you realized you went the wrong way? I don't get that. And then when you see basement, you don't do stairs going down. You know what I'm saying? You don't. But still no answer. Then I heard someone walking down the stairs, and I yelled, "Dave, is that you? Stop messing around, man. This crap is scary already." Then, when I thought that lady was lying, okay, they got something goofy here, was lying, the cake true. What is that? I heard the most deepest and scariest and most demonic voice yell, "Get out now or die." I ran out of the basement, up them stairs, with what breath I had left, and I found Dave outside talking to the cops, because he thought I was lost in there or someone had kidnapped me. As I got out, the cops asked Dave if I was his friend, and Dave replied yes. We both got in trouble, but at that point we didn't care. They didn't tell my parents. But trust me, I could not sleep at all. All I could hear was, "Get out now or die." I forgot about the whole thing until my parents told me that the asylum got taken down. One pet me? I don't understand. Was glad that it happened, and another part of me was terrified of what happened. You can see the asylum on Ghost Hunters if you'd like to see it for yourself. Ooh, that is highly disturbing. I unfortunately went into asylum at one point myself. Very freaky, but nothing screamed at me to get out. But I had caught a gazillion spirit orbs like you just couldn't imagine. Well, anyways, you guys, I have to say thank you for listening to UFO Headline News with me, Heidi Hollis. Be sure to check out UFOHeadlineNews.com every single day and HeidiHollis.com. And also tune in to my other two weekly shows, The Outlander, which I host on Fridays, and The Kevin Cook Show I co-host on Tuesdays. Both are at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And go to theoutlanderscomic.com, which is my paranormal comic strip. If you've experienced something out of the ordinary, want some level-headed advice, or if you've seen a UFO and want to share, be sure to write me at uhn@inceptionradionetwork.com. And remember always to keep an open mind so you can stay informed and inspired.